For years, Blake Lively's image was flawless: a perfect smile, a devoted mother, an exemplary wife, and the industry's sweetheart. But now, all of that is crumbling. Jennifer Garner, who remained silent for over a decade out of respect for her family and her image, has nothing left to hide. And what is coming to light is far more than just a simple cheating scandal. It's a pattern, a story of betrayal, manipulation, and how Blake Lively played with the foundations of a marriage for her own benefit. It all began in 2010 when Blake starred in The Town alongside Ben Affleck, and from that moment on, the shadow of their connection never faded. Today, Jennifer Garner is breaking her silence, making it clear that Blake's sweet persona is nothing more than a carefully crafted mask. But this isn't just a story about three people. What's coming to light now involves other actors, actresses, and even royalty. No one, not even Ryan Reynolds, seems willing to defend her anymore. On the surface, The Town was just another film for Ben Affleck, who not only starred in it, but also directed it. However, behind the scenes, something far more delicate was happening. Jennifer Garner and Ben were about to celebrate 5 years of marriage. They had 3 children and were considered one of Hollywood's most solid couples. But when Affleck personally chose Blake Lively, 15 years younger than him, to play his love interest, alarm bells went off. Jennifer suspected something from the start, and it wasn't paranoia. The scenes between Ben and Blake weren't just intense in the script. They were written by Affleck himself to be that way. During the film's promotion, journalists began to notice an undeniable chemistry between them. And to make matters worse, right at that moment, Blake ended her relationship with Penn Badgley. The connection between Ben and Blake became impossible to ignore. Despite the rumors, Jennifer Garner chose to remain silent, for her children, for her reputation, and to avoid unnecessary chaos. But internally, the trust had already been broken. While she tried to maintain the facade of a happy family, the damage kept growing. In 2014, when Ben was offered a role in a film alongside Ryan Reynolds, Jennifer outright forbade it. She didn't want Blake anywhere near him, nor did she want her husband to go near her. It wasn't a whim, it was a warning. Jennifer knew what had happened, even if she never spoke about it publicly. To Jennifer, it was clear. Blake wasn't just an innocent fling. She was the catalyst for an emotional breakdown that sent Ben down a dark path, one that led to addictions, scandals, and ultimately, an even more painful betrayal with the family's nanny. While Jennifer faced her pain in silence, Blake kept rising. Shortly after the scandal with Affleck, she started dating Leonardo DiCaprio and later married Ryan Reynolds. But the rumors didn't go away, and when reports surfaced suggesting that Blake and Ryan got involved while he was still married to Scarlett Johansson, the pieces started to fit. First Ben, then Ryan. There was always a stable relationship in her path, and Blake always seemed to come out on top. The most shocking part is how Blake managed to keep her image spotless, while women like Jennifer Garner and Scarlett Johansson became collateral damage. But now, that narrative is starting to crack. Jennifer Garner has decided she no longer needs to stay silent, and she's not alone. Other powerful figures in the industry have also started speaking up. Today, the tension is undeniable. Jennifer Garner completely avoided crossing paths with Blake during the promotion of Deadpool and Wolverine, despite sharing a scene with Ryan Reynolds. No photos together, no mentions, no greetings. The animosity is real, and Hollywood knows it, and Jennifer isn't the only one. Scarlett Johansson, Lake Bell, Anna Kendrick, even figures like Kate Middleton, have all had their own public or private conflicts with Blake Lively. Departure of her own lawyer, no one wants to be part of her narrative anymore. Blake has been left on her own. And Jennifer, who once avoided all confrontation, is now making it clear that there are things she is no longer willing to tolerate. For years, what happened between Ben Affleck and Blake Lively was an open secret. But recently, a leaked recording of a private conversation between 2 production assistants from The Town confirmed what many had suspected. In the recording, one of them is heard saying that during filming, Ben and Blake would disappear together for hours, and that several intimate scenes were unnecessarily reshot, just to spend more time alone. That same source claims that Jennifer Garner personally called the production to express her concerns. Although her call was ignored, it was recorded. The audio has not been officially released, but it is already circulating within the industry. And many who once defended Blake are now seriously questioning her behavior. Because being a dedicated actress is one thing, but using a film set as your personal playground for conquest is another. Years after filming had ended, when Ben was already divorced and Blake was married to Ryan Reynolds, their connection had not disappeared. According to unconfirmed press reports, Blake and Ben crossed paths at several private events organized by talent agents, and on at least one occasion, they were seen leaving through the back door of the same hotel in Los Angeles. When Jennifer Garner found out about their meeting, she cut off communication with Ben for weeks. It wasn't out of jealousy. It was because of a more painful truth. Ben had never admitted he was going to see Blake. For Jennifer, this was the ultimate proof that the story with Lively wasn't over, despite his claims to the contrary. And while Ben denied any involvement, the damage was already done. Distrust turned into anger, and anger into determination. Jennifer was done staying silent. Blake Lively had always been the media's favorite, the darling of brands and red carpets. But ever since these scandals started surfacing, her presence has drastically diminished. Luxury brands like Chanel and Valentino, which once competed to have her as their ambassador, have distanced themselves. Magazines that once put her on the cover now don't even mention her in their influence rankings. And it's not just the fashion industry. Hollywood itself is turning away. Renowned directors have canceled private meetings, and executives at platforms like Netflix have indefinitely postponed projects associated with her name. The reason is clear. No one wants to be linked to a figure entangled in legal conflicts, defamation lawsuits, and accusations of betrayal. The fall has begun, and with just one public statement, Jennifer Garner could bring down the entire myth of Blake Lively. Just when it seemed like Garner would be facing this battle alone, voices of support began to emerge. Scarlett Johansson, known for her discretion, reportedly shared a firm opinion through her team. The industry is full of talented actresses. What we don't need are manipulative ones. Laketon Mister, a former co-star of Blake's on Gossip Girl, has also been cited as a first-hand witness to Blake's inflated ego and her tendency to disregard the entire team if things didn't go her way. Even figures unrelated to the film industry, designers, editors, and charity event organizers have shared similar experiences of arrogance, excessive demands, and entitled behavior. Meanwhile, Jennifer Garner continues to stay above the drama. She has done only one thing: spoken the truth, with proof, at the moment when lies hurt the most. For years, Blake Lively built an image of perfection, the elegant actress, the ideal wife, the exemplary mother. But now, that carefully constructed facade is crumbling. Not because of one mistake, but because of a pattern that has repeated itself over and over again. Silent betrayals, uncomfortable silences, broken friendships, and scandals carefully concealed. Jennifer Garner stayed silent for over a decade. She chose to protect her children rather than create a scandal. She chose to heal privately rather than seek public revenge. But when she saw that the same woman who destroyed her marriage was still being protected, celebrated, and defended by the press, she decided to speak. And her message was clear. Enough of staying silent out of respect for someone who never respected anyone. Now, the industry no longer protects Blake. The brands avoid her. Her colleagues call her out. And even her own husband, Ryan Reynolds, maintains a silence that speaks louder than any statement. What we are witnessing is not just the downfall of a public image, it's the awakening of a truth that many knew, but no one dared to say out loud. And the big question remains: will Blake Lively continue pretending that nothing is happening, or will she finally face the consequences of everything she has caused? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Jennifer Garner was right to break her silence, or are there truths that should remain private? Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next chapters of this story. Because Hollywood is starting to reveal its true face, and not everyone is ready for what's coming.